Hello friends, happy Sunday. Washed my hair this morning. I'm like trying to let it air dry. Whenever my hair starts to feel like kind of dry, I always let it air dry. As much as I wanted to like style it today, or like blow dry it, I'm not letting myself. It's so healthy to let your hair dry, air dry. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and post the shopping link right here in the comments. So this is where you can find everything. I'm gonna go ahead and pin it there. But hello, let me know where you're watching from when you pop on. My pants are a little tight, so don't mind the pooch. All right, so I had to do my makeup, so I thought I'd do it with you guys. Yesterday I kind of like did it really fast, so I figured today I will go a little bit slower and talk a little bit more. Hello, hi guys. Welcome. So as always, make sure to comment color match in the comments if you guys need any recommendation as far as like what products to use, what shades to use, just comment color match. And then if you haven't yet, make sure in the top right hand corner you click those three little dots to turn on live notifications. That way you don't miss out on any future lives. And then what else? You can click the share button down here in your bottom left-hand corner to share it to your page. So if you want to catch it on the replay later, or maybe you get the products in the mail and you want to do your makeup with me, that's actually how I learned how to do my makeup. I was a huge tomboy. I had no idea how to do anything related to makeup. You're so sweet, Pam. Thank you. What was I going to say? But that's how I learned. So I would get the makeup and then I would watch the tutorials on the replay and then do my makeup along with them. And that really, really helped me. I'm like a super hands-on visual learner. Like when I'm learning to do something, I need to like do it myself while you tell me. So if you're like that, definitely snag the makeup. It's all down here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. Everything has a love it guarantee. So if you don't love anything for any reason, you just return it for your money back. No problem. Okay, so today's coverage, we're going to do the Liquid Touch Foundation. Yesterday, I did the stick foundation. I think tomorrow, if I go live, I'll do the spray, just so you guys can see all the different options that you have. But I love the liquid because it has these ingredients in it that actually help to produce collagen in your skin, which can be so incredible, obviously. If you know what collagen is, it helps your skin tighten, brighten, look more youthful. So while wearing it, it almost makes you age backwards. So I'm going to apply this with the powder concealer brush. I'm like, what's this brush called? The powder concealer brush is the easiest way to apply it because it just applies it so fast, so flawless, and very evenly. So you don't have like a chunk of liquid in one spot. I always do fine tune it with the blending brush, which I'll do here in a second, but I just love getting it like on there with the powder concealer brush. So I'll apply that, always bring it down your neck just so everything looks super blended. And then I'm going to go in with my blending bud, like I said. So I'm just going to take like a little bit more of the Liquid Touch, and we're using it in the shade Lace. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my finger, and then we're going to use the blending buds to apply it. All your recommendations have been wonderful. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. If anyone has any questions, feel free to holler them out. I try to read as I go. And then I always go back through my comments after I go live and I message you your answers. So if you asked a question and I didn't verbally answer, make sure that we are friends here on Facebook by going to my page, Rhea Hope, and liking and following the page. That way you will see my response to you. So make sure you're doing that. And then also, if you're on Instagram, my name there is Rhea Hope. So make sure you follow me over on Instagram too. Or the goalie, Ashwanda. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, those are amazing. Oh, Tammy, I hope you feel better. Thank you, Sonia. Okay, so I'm using the blending bud from Younique to just blend this in all over. It is damp, so I always like wring it underneath the water a bunch of times and then squeeze it till no water falls, and then it's ready to use. But this is really going to kind of like compress the makeup down into place, so everything just looks super, super soft and radiant on your skin. So again, that was the Liquid Touch Foundation in the shade Lace is what we used. And now we're going to go in with the Skin Solution Concealer in the shade Organza, and I'm going to apply this in like an upside down triangle shape. Doing it in this shape is really going to elongate your under eye, making it look so much tighter and brighter and more youthful. And then we're going to use the smaller blending bud to apply this. So like I said, if you need to be color matched, just comment color match in the comments and I will message you. And then everything is available that I'm using right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. And then everything has that Love It guarantee, which is amazing. Got my hair products. I totally love them. Oh, I'm so glad. What powder brush do you use for pressed powder? Linda, I'll send you the link. I'll actually post a link to my powder brush that I'm going to use here in a second in the comments. So make sure you are watching those comments. Okay, and then for a color match, all I need from you is a selfie facing a window. So like face the window, put your phone in front of your face, and then take that little picture. So that is really going to help. So now what I'm doing is Skin Solution Concealer in the shade Organza. And like I said, we did the upside down triangle. The concealer has caffeine infused in it, so it's actually going to help your eyes to tighten and like firm up. So if you have really puffy under eyes, that product is going to be your best friend. Stick or BB cream for mature skin. Honestly, either or both. You could do either or for mature skin. All right, so now I'm going to take my my translucent setting powder, which is just like a clear, it's almost like a white powder. And I'm just going to pop this onto my areas that I use my concealer, or wherever you want to like kind of look highlighted. This is really going to illuminate those areas, and it's also going to absorb any like sweat or humidity or oil or anything like that pushes against your foundation. So if you ever feel like your foundation is just looking kind of oily or shiny throughout the day, this is a really good product to implement into your routine. Yes, the blending bud that the concealer was on was also damp. My daughter says Maddie is watching you. Can I say hello? Hi, Maddie. Try the setting spray. How do you keep the liquid touch from transferring? Yes, definitely setting spray, and also making sure that you're setting your makeup with either a setting powder and or a pressed powder. I always tell you guys that it's super important to make sure that you're setting your makeup, because it's going to move around on your skin unless you are like sealing it up. So again, that was the Touch Behold setting powder that we use in the T-zone. So you can use it with the blending bud like I did, or you can use it with like a tapered brush like this and like just tap it on. It'll help you use less. That's actually what I used on my mom when I did her makeup the other day, just to kind of like set her under eyes and to like firm it up and to make it look just like smooth and flawless. It's not going to like dry you out. If you do have dry skin, you could just use less of it basically. The powder enhances my wrinkles, so Sherry, I would recommend using less of it, but what you could also do too is after you apply a powder, you can actually use a rose water like ours, which is under toners on my website right here, to spritz over your skin, and it'll add moisture into your foundation and into your powders to make them just look softer and more natural. So my favorite powder to set my makeup is this guy right here. This is the Touch Mineral Pressed Powder, and I'm using it in the shade Satin. And then I'm just going to use my big giant kabuki brush to apply this all over. And what this does is, like I said, it's going to begin to soften up my makeup look. It's almost giving me like that super gorgeous like porcelain doll finish. So if you ever feel like your makeup just is looking patchy or just not giving you that amazing coverage that you want, highly recommend the Mineral Pressed Powder. When I use setting powder, I look really washed out. So Tara, it's going to be like it's a translucent setting powder, so totally normal. Make sure to sweep away with a fan brush any excess, but that pressed powder over top is going to really even everything out and make everything just look really melted. You won't see any like disconnect from where you used concealer where you didn't, where you used a setting powder where you didn't. So highly recommend to grab the pressed powder as well. And then, like I said, everything's right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. And if you're not sure what color pressed powder you are, just send me a selfie-facing window, and I'd be so happy to help. Okay, so now for contouring. I'm going to use the same thing, which is just a pressed powder. I, as you saw, tapped in, and then I swirled in the mirror really well to separate the pigment on top of my tapered blusher brush. This brush, you guys, is hands down the best brush you could possibly own and use for contouring. Just the way it's shaped, tapered, everything. Now you're going to keep like a little like saying in mind. So like you're going to go from the top of the ear and you're going to follow that line to the corner of your mouth. So you're going to go in this general area. You want to stop like 2 finger lengths away from your mouth. So it's going to sit just like in this little section right there. Take your tapered blusher brush, start here at the top of the ear, and then just very lightly go back and forth. Once you begin to see a line forming, you can do it so light, stop, and then switch up the angle of your brush. So now we're going to use it vertically. I always get confused. Horizontal, vertical. So now we're going to take it vertically and just swirl over that, and it's going to like soften up those lines so you don't have like a straight contour line, okay? So that's really going to help it look very soft, very natural on your skin. Now, for your forehead, you'll do the same exact steps. I like to take the majority of the product and kind of pop it in the temples. And once you've done that, then you'll just kind of like swirl downward. You're going to avoid like the very center of your forehead. But this is going to make your makeup match so much better. It's going to make you look much more like sun-kissed, much more natural looking, as opposed to not doing anything at all. And then jawline, you just go from the bottom and then stop like where you would stop where your contour is. Which pressed powder matches Poplin? The shade Velour. Use unique loose powder for contouring. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Now, if you're a similar complexion than I am, you could use the shade Voile for your contour. And then for your nose, you just squeeze, run it down the sides of your nose, bottom of the nose, underneath the lower lip, just like that. Now, check out the difference. So, contoured versus none. Do you guys see the difference? See how this side of my face looks so much warmer, so much thinner. My under eye looks brighter, tighter, more youthful, and it doesn't look super heavy or intense. I'm telling you guys, big difference. Big difference. So again, taper blusher brush, shade Voile in the pressed powder, and just go back and forth down. Once you begin to see the lines, stop, and then swirl over it. And it may take you a time or two to get it to look as natural as you're wanting to. Some tips, again, swirl in the mirror will really help, and light hand. You don't need to be pushing super hard until you kind of get used to like what the powder looks like on, and then you can you'll breeze through it so quickly. You'll be amazed at how fast you'll contour from then on. All right, so now for blush, we're going to do the shade Surreal. This is one of my favorite blush colors because it's very, like, soft. When I first get this, I always say this story. I was like, there's no way I'm wearing a purple blush. But when you put it on, it's actually like a very warm toned, like a dusty rose color. It's very soft and subtle on your skin. And it actually does have a very slight sheen to it as well. So you get like this really gorgeous, glowy finish when you're done with it. Very, very pretty. What shade are you using for contour? Couldn't understand what you said. I did the pressed blush. I used the pressed powder. Use the pressed powder, and you could use the shade Voile on the website. Yes, this blush color is one of my favorites too. What is your favorite unique product to use for contouring? The pressed powder. My favorite. Yes, we ship to England. And for shopping, all you have to do is shop down here, RheaHopeBeauty.com, and then once you get to my website, scroll to the very bottom, and you can actually see the American flag. Change the American flag to your country's flag, and the whole website will change into your language, your currency, and it ships from your country. So it's really, really easy. Okay, so now for highlight, I'm going to do the Touch of Mode Luminizer in the shade Pearly, and this is a really pretty highlight. I love it because it's like really rosy tone gold. Very pretty and very, again, really soft looking on your skin. So our face is done. Super bronzy. I love it. Is there a pressed powder in a cool tone for contouring like the beach bronzer color? Yeah, Jennifer, the shade Voile would probably be the closest to those. And it's matte, so it's not going to be like the beach line was like a, not a shimmer, but it had like a sheen to it. These ones don't. You keep putting that blush in your cart. Oh, it's meant to be, Carrie. What shade of loose powder if you were eyelet and spray foundation? Loose powder, Poplin. Pressed powder, Satin. Hello, hi guys. Okay, so now for brows, we're going to do the brow pencil in the shade Medium, and I'm just going to etch a little line here and then basically like connect the dots. So just imagine this first dot is at the top corner of where your tear duct is. You go straight up, and then you're going to connect the dot to the top of the eyebrow, that crease. Oh my gosh, what am I saying? The arch. So dot number 1 above the tear duct, dot number 2 above the arch, crease, my goodness. And then dot number 3 is going to be this area right here. So you're going to follow kind of like the end of your eye right there. So nose, so your pencil can touch your nose and your corner of your eye, okay? That's where you know like where to stop the eyebrow. Okay. Then once you've done dot 1, dot 2, dot 3, then you're going to go back to dot 1, work to dot 2, go to dot 3, and then color in. And this general rule of thumb will go for all eyebrow shapes. You'll just kind of have to tweak it a little bit just for whatever eyebrow shape you naturally have. Okay, so I kind of got a botch eyebrow waxing the other day, so it kind of works out because now I get to show you how to like fake it. I probably do my eyebrows because of you. Oh, I love it, Allison. It's the best feeling. Okay, so same thing. Follow tear duct up, dot 1, etch down towards the brow, or I'm sorry, towards the tear duct. Okay, once you have that line formed, then take dot 1 to dot 2. Same thing down here. We're gonna go 1 to 2. Okay, so she like took a lot of my eyebrow off. So to fake it, you literally can just draw this on your face and it's still gonna look natural. So again, I'm gonna take my pencil, line it up to know where to stop it. Just like that. At first I was like, oh my gosh, no. But then I was like, well, I guess I get to really show them what it looks like to draw on your skin. But that's how natural it looks. Isn't that great? You can't even tell that it's like drawn on. Any suggestions to prevent it from looking cracked under the eyes throughout the day? You are going to want hydration. So I would maybe switch up your primer to the hydrating face primer. I'd also make sure that you're exfoliating on your under eyes regularly, which a lot of people think like, oh, that area is so sensitive, I have to leave it. You got to exfoliate that section too. Of course, you'll use a lighter hand when you do it, but exfoliating face mask is going to be amazing for that under eye area. Another thing that will really help is using the Younique eye cream. The Younique eye cream is packed with peptides and also caffeine. So I actually use that on my under eyes before I put on any makeup, and it really, really helps. It looks like this. It's going to be under Targeted on my skincare section. So this guy you'll use AM and PM on your under eyes. That's going to add a lot of hydration and also firming. And then make sure you're using the Skin Solution Concealer as well. What color is the eyebrow stick? I'm using in the shade medium for me. And you can really comb it through to lighten it up a lot too. So even if you had lighter eyebrow color hair, you could still utilize it. Okay, so now I'm going to use my eyeliner in the shade Perfect. And I'm going to fill in my waterline with this. And I love this eyeliner because it actually stays where you put it. And then for our eye look, we're going to do something really, really simple. So I'm going to take the Splurge Cream Shadow in the shade Jubilant on my finger. And it is a gorgeous matte, kind of like a mauve-y, almost like the color of my shirt, like a nude mauve-y color. But it's really, really pretty, very, very easy. I used to joke around and say that this type of eyeshadow is idiot proof because you literally just need a finger and you just smudge it on your eyeball. So easy. And you could do this with all of these Splurge Cream Shadow colors. But what I really love about them is that they are a cream base and they dry into a powder finish and they will not crease and they do not move. So love this color. It's also matte, so you could use this underneath your eyeshadows as well if you want more of an eye primer. But the shade Jubilant is one of my favorites because it's this really pretty pinky mauve nude color. So we're legit just mooshing this on our eye. Smooshing. So many technical terms. I'm a professional. All right, I'm going to take two brushes actually because I don't know what I want to use. I don't know what I want to use. All right, I'm going to take the cream shadow brush first and grab that on there just so I can get like the fine areas. And then this will kind of like enhance the color. Just darken it up a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my fluffy crease brush that has some product on there from yesterday. I'm going to tap that in there, and then I'm just going to apply this on the brow bone just so it blends out a little easier and softer. Okay. Voila. So fast and easy, right? The color for white pencil is Pristine. That's correct. I love that you guys are like getting to know these products as well as I do. All right, so now I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna take my eyeliner in the shade Perfect, which is the pencil. My thumb ring's from Tiffany's, but I have some dupes saved on my Like to Know It. And then I'm gonna take my eye and kind of pull it outward. And I'm just going to follow my lash line. And I'm not going to be like too much of a stickler if it's perfect, because I'm going to smudge it up. So I'm going to take my liner shader brush and just smoosh, smudge. We should have called this eye look the smoosh. And like I said, this eyeliner is the best. It's only 15 bucks. It glides on, it stays where you put it. And it comes in a bunch of colors. Smoosh, smoosh, smoosh. Where'd that pen go? Go. There we have it. Just a super easy way to do your liner. And oh my goodness, keep dropping this pencil. And it's easy too because it's not like a liquid. It's just a pencil, like a normal pencil. So again, that was the eyeliner in the shade Perfect. Only $15. What did you do with the brush on your eyeliner? I just kind of like smushed it. Smeared it is a better word, I suppose. And again, it doesn't look perfect, but it's okay because after we put on our mascara, it's going to look phenomenal. The Splurge Cream Shadow in the shade Jubilant. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and spray our setting spray all over, and this is going to add moisture into your foundation, which will help it to expand and look very soft and natural. It is the shade Black, but I kind of like smeared it so it looked almost like a lighter gray color, so not super dark and heavy for the eyeliner. But what I was about to say was someone had asked, like, how do I prevent my under eyes from looking all cracked and dry? The setting spray after you're done is really, really going to help prevent your makeup from looking cracked or looking too dry because it's adding that moisture in, but it's also preventing it from transferring and setting it. Have you ever curled your lashes? I find it really helped my lashes look longer. I personally don't need to at all. Feathered it out. There you go. That's it. Look at you with your professional words. I'm just trying to be real. All right, so, what was I about to say? Oh, curled lashes. So I've never curled my lashes, and I have found them to almost look naturally curled from using these products. So the first product that I recommend for your lashes is called the Esteem Lash Serum. It's only $24. It's under lashes on my website. I use it on my eyebrows and my eyelashes every single night for the last two years, almost 3 years maybe. Swear it makes your lashes grow like weeds, and it also really helps them to kind of curl upwards. The other product is this one. This is the Lash Primer. This is going to hydrate your lashes, and I swear this also really helps curl them. There's an ingredient in here or something that really, really helps. So I take this and go from the base of the lash all the way up. And this is also going to really help with the length and the hydration, like I said, of your lashes. So that's a lash primer. And then I'm going to go in with the Twisted Mascara. This is hands down my favorite mascara I've ever used. It has really, really intentional little bristles on here. So it gives you the best lift and separation of your lashes. Also has argan oil, keratin, and biotin infused in it. So it's actually helping your lashes to grow while you're wearing it. Like, yes, please. And good news is you can actually get it for free this month with any order of $75 here on my website, RheaHopeBeauty.com. Thank you. I curl mine, but I think it makes them fall out. It does. It really, curling your lashes is kind of like curling your hair. If you're doing it too often, or even if you're doing it, not to say you're doing it wrong at all, but if you are doing it not the best way, it can definitely make your lashes thin out and fall out. So I personally wouldn't recommend to curl your lashes. I would instead use the lash products that I told you about. And all of the lash products that I just said are very great for sensitive eyes. I have really, really sensitive eyes, really sensitive skin, to be honest. And I love that the Esteem Lash Serum doesn't like irritate my eyes. All right, so we're just gonna build this up. So base the lash all the way up on both sides. You could do as many coats of this as you're wanting to as well, without it looking clumpy or overdone. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and use the smaller ones, the smaller wand, and go at the base all the way up and on the bottom lash line. And I love that it comes with this teeny tiny little wand that really gives, I just love how intentional it is. So small. So it's really perfect if you have really, really short lashes. Or for getting those like harder to reach ones. Okay. Voila. What is the name of the color on your eyes? Jubilant is the color. Okay, so now for my lips, I'm going to do a kind of a newer lip look. So I'm going to use the lip liner in the shade, this is by Kylie Jenner. It's in the shade Candy K. And I'm going to fill in my whole lip with this because I want to show you guys what you can do with a lipstick if it looks like too dark or too light, or you kind of want to like play around with the color. So we're going to do the lip liner in Candy K. And then we're going to fill in your whole lip with it. Okay. Once you've done that, then we're going to take the lipstick in the shade Minted, and this is like a really, really pastel pink. But what's fun about taking really light colors and putting them over like darker lip liners is you're actually like altering the whole color altogether. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of like put it on, and then you're going to take your finger, and this is really going to be like the part that matters. Really like fine tune it. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to take the lip butter in the shade Quick Getaway and make it glossy. Just like that. And that's so pretty. I love this color. So again, that was the shade Minted and Quick Getaway in the products. For Sparkle Bands, my code is Rhea10 to save. And then you can message me, I'll give you my link too. But that was a whole makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed that and you have a beautiful Sunday. Maybe you're all watching football like my husband is. Or maybe your husbands are all watching football and you're hanging out with me. But I hope you guys all have a beautiful Sunday, and please comment color match in the comments if you need any help picking out your products. If you have any questions, I am so happy to help answer them for you. Just message me here on Facebook. Make sure you're following me here on Facebook and Instagram. My name is both Rhea Hope on both places, and I will be live on my getaway car. I'll be live, not live. I have stories on my Instagram of really fun try-ons and things like that. So make sure to go follow me there and let me know if you guys need anything. So make sure you're shopping right here, RheaHopeBeauty.com. I love you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.